Hare Krishna, Gauranga. Just wanted to share a little couple of words on something I was hearing today from the Srimad Bhagavatam. We're listening to His Holiness Amala Bhakta Maharaj's translation readings. We're on the 10th canto. And right now we've just got to the part where he's speaking about Jarasandha has invaded Mathura and surrounded it with his 27 Okshahinis, which means thousands and thousands and thousands of soldiers and, on horseback and elephants and chariots and everything, massive infantry. And one of the things the point of this that I picked up on is something that shows about the twisted nature of the mode of ignorance and demoniac mentality, is that Jarasandha, when he's challenging Krishna to fight, he says to Krishna, that you that are the killer of your own family. So this is him using this as an insult to Krishna. I don't want to fight with the person who's the killer of their own family. So instead he wanted to fight with Lord Balaram, But obviously the reason that Kamsa was killed is because Kamsa was such an abominable person. He killed all the seven children of his own sister. And the reason, of course, Jarasandha was a friend of Kamsa, so he's attacking Mathura for that reason. So it's amazing that clearly one crime is okay. In fact, in that case, several atrocious crimes are okay. But on the other hand, some other crime is not. So, and this is the kind of nature of the demons, that they can dish it out, but they can't take it back. We have that saying in Scotland. We say, he can give a good slagging, but he can't take it. There's a lot of people like that. They like to mouth off. They like to make slagging means insults. They like to give so many insults, or make so much talk. But when they're then challenged back, they become offended. Oh my God, I can't believe you said that, or I can't believe you've done that. So this is this twisted nature, and this is a nature in the mode of ignorance. In the Bhagavad Gita, of course, it speaks about divine and demoniac qualities. And speech in the mode of ignorance is that you'll say anything and do anything without thought of the result. What will happen, who will it offend, who will it affect. You'll act in any way without any consequence. And Kamsa was the perfect example of that. Actually, he was able to act in the most horrific ways and feel no conscience about it. So this is a nature, and from the devotee perspective, from a spiritual perspective, that we should try not to become twisted. We should always be very clear in our dealings, and we should always, especially in our speech, because we hear this. You say words, they say sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. But actually, we know that that's not necessarily correct, because words carry such powerful vibration, so that especially if you're very pure, then there's even more potency in your words. But even for the material person, they can say things that are very harmful, and because they go right into the heart. They go right in through the ears, right down deep. Falling over, bumping your head, and maybe a little bit of a scuffle or something, that doesn't last very long. But the words that a person says, you may contemplate on them. You may be scarred by them for months, maybe even years. So we should avoid any kind of criticism. That I've been doing a bit of study on a article from the Harmonist, which was articles by Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, and this one was called Vaishnav Ninda, and it's basically speaking about Vaishnav Aparad. Now, it goes into many varying degrees, which I may pick up in another class, but essentially speaking, there's four kinds of living entities. There's just the ordinary jivas, ordinary people going around, and then there's religious people. There's people who are spiritual, and then then the next level is there's very low level Vaishnavas, in the sense that they're devotees, but they're very, very low level. And then there's the Vaishnavas, pure Vaishnavas, and that's when aparad kicks in. Everything else is just, if you insult someone or offend someone, that's sinful. If you offend the pure Vaishnav, that's aparad. But as I says, I can maybe speak on that in another class or another point. But yeah, this is a mode of ignorance symptom, is to be very twisted in our nature. That we can say anything, do anything, and then when someone comes round with, even if they come back with something honest, something truthful, we instantly try to make it look like they've offended us or they've done something to disturb us. So we should see this instruction in the Bhagavatam and see these demonic personalities, just as we're meant to hear about all the great personalities in the Bhagavatam, to follow them and to learn from their mistakes. A lot of these great personalities, like for example Jada Bharat and so on, Bharat Maharaj, he got himself trapped up, Bali Maharaj got, Dhruva Maharaj, they all got caught up in different situations, So although they were quite advanced devotees, they got caught up in different things. So we have to learn from their examples. So we should also learn from the examples of the demons and see their behaviour and analyse it so that we can avoid that in our spiritual practices. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura Premanandi, Haribol.